Capricorn, welcome to your weekly reading. Let's get started and see what messages we have for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising positions for the week ahead. Keeping in mind these are general readings and may not resonate for everyone. So take the messages that do resonate and check out your other placements because you could have messages there. And if you're interested in a personal reading, check out the description box below. I am offering a promotion for the month of May, so it's a good time to get a reading if you've been wanting one. All right, let's get started. We're going to jump right into the tarot cards with the Celtic cross and see what is the energy surrounding Capricorn for the week ahead. Capricorn. Okay, Two of Swords is coming out as your current energy. Let's see what the obstacle that is, what's the crossing card? The obstacle to this Two of Swords is the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, interesting. Capricorn, that's an interesting combination of cards. What that tells me for you, Capricorn, is this sort of that there is a conscious choice you have to make that you may be avoiding. And you know, it's interesting to see the Page of Pentacles as the obstacle here, because that tells me that as you're sort of at a place where you may be avoiding making a decision, or you're at a stalemate where you're sort of choosing between opposing ideas and you're trying to figure out what the best choice of action here will be, the best way to approach something, the best way to think about something, sort of the, you know, what's the way to go here? It's kind of like a difficult choice, actually, like trying to choose this direction. And it feels like the thing sort of complicating it even more for you is this idea of sort of not fully feeling like committed either way. And so the right away that these two cards are sort of saying, where do you want to commit? Where do you want to commit? You might be sort of feeling like you're not making progress in one of these areas. And so you might be thinking, well, I shouldn't go down that path because I'm not making any progress down that path. And then on the other hand, you're thinking, but wait a minute, maybe I'm giving up too early. Maybe I need to put in more effort. Maybe I need to do something in a different way. Maybe there's something I can learn about what I'm doing so that I can improve it and continue on that path. You know, it's interesting. And then there might be another part of you going, well, hang on a second. We have to be practical. We have to be realistic. And perhaps I need to go do this instead. And then I can do this as a side hustle and do this full time. Or, you know, you might be trying to decide where to invest yourself, right? Where to put your time, your money, your resources. And a part of you is like trying to figure out one way to go. Either I'm going to go full force over here or I'm going to go over here. And it's interesting because it almost feels like there's a part of you that's sort of thinking about this so much that it's actually leading to procrastination on both of them. Like, and that can happen, right? When we're so conflicted about something, or there's opposing ideas in our head about a direction, sometimes we can overthink ourselves into a stalemate where we do nothing and we end up procrastinating, which is, I think, why it's interesting to see these two cards together, because the Page of Pentacles in reverse is very procrastinating in its energy. And I feel like that could be creating more of an obstacle for you, because it's almost self-perpetuating in that way. Like if you feel like you're not making enough progress, and then you get kind of overthinking about the lack of progress, then you might not be motivated to keep doing it, right? You might start procrastinating, and you might start to doubt the path that you wanted to take, and start to fill your day with other things, almost in like sort of a anxious need to make sure that you're still moving forward towards something. You know, it's interesting. Let's keep going. What's at top of mind for Capricorn as they're thinking about this? We got two cards. Oh, three cards. The Hermit, the King of Pentacles, and another page. The Page of Swords also in reverse. So as you're thinking about your situation, I feel like seeing the King of Pentacles and the Hierophant, or sorry, not the Hierophant, the Hermit, are interesting cards, because that makes me feel like top of mind for you is that you want to invest in this. You want to put in the work, right? King of Pentacles. And you're also looking at things from the high perspective. Like you're sort of approaching things in a way where you're trying to realize what the truth is here. What is your purpose? What is the sort of the path that you're meant to walk? And I think that you're ready to do the work on it, and you've been doing the inner reflection and the meditation, and you're looking within to see what lessons this is trying to teach you. You're tapping into that inner mentor, that inner sage, your inner guru. You're tapping into your higher self, and you're wanting to put in the work. Like, I feel like you're like, I'm all in, I'm ready to do this. And you're determined in a lot of ways, Capricorn. When I see that King of Pentacles, you really are determined in a lot of ways. The thing that I feel could be bringing you into a place where this energy sinks in, seeing this Page of Swords is sort of like, which one of these cards doesn't belong? And this Page of Swords is sitting here with nervous energy, with all talk, no action. And so what's going on here then, right? It's very interesting. It makes me feel like you have intention and you have reflected. You know what resonates for you and you want it, right? Like, you're determined, but are you all talk, no action? Could there be some procrastination holding you back right now, even though or that page reflects this idea of doubt, that although you feel very determined and focused towards a certain goal, and you've really connected with yourself on this to understand what feels meaningful for you, there could be some doubt. You might be saying, yeah, but it's not possible. Like, you might start off saying all the right things, like, this is what I want to achieve, and I believe that I can achieve it, and I'm determined, and I'm focused, and I'm willing to put in the work, and I've reflected on it, and this fits for me, but it's not possible. You know what I mean? Like, you could be in that headspace right now, Capricorn, where you've got everything you need to make this happen. You've got the time, you've got the resources, you've got the tools and the skills, and you've reflected on it, and it fits, and you're like, yes, I resonate with this. And then there's this giant but that squishes the whole thing, leads to procrastination, and then you find yourself at a stalemate where you don't know what to do anymore. You know what I'm saying? This is very interesting. Let's see what's at the base of the matter here. What's at the root of this? What's driving this? What's in the unconscious? Oh, the cards are being silly. Hang on. Let me shuffle that again. One sec. There. What is in the unconscious here driving all of this for Capricorn? No big surprise. There's the devil in reverse. So the devil does represent Capricorn, but I think we're seeing the devil here because it represents you needing to break the chains from patterns that don't serve you. So the pattern that is being identified very strongly in this reading is procrastination, doubting yourself, being all talk and no action, not prioritizing the plan, right? Taking a million other ideas in at the same time, because a part of you is like, well, I need a plan A, and this is plan A, but I also need plan B, C, D, E, F and G. I need all these other plans. And I feel like seeing the devil in reverse says that you are on the cusp of a breakthrough here. You just have to work on some patterns that don't serve you. Now, these could be a myriad of different patterns. You're going to have to sort of understand that for yourself when it comes to what the pattern is. For some of you, you could be procrastinating, and that might be the pattern. For some of you, there could be an addiction here. And addictions take all kinds of forms. It doesn't have to just be drugs and alcohol. It could be shopping, could be sex, it could be a certain way of thinking, it could be a pattern of behavior that doesn't serve you. It could literally be being all talk and no action. You know, it doesn't have to be something more dramatic than that. It could be that you don't have confidence in yourself, that there's a lack of faith in yourself, that you don't believe in yourself. There's something in the shadows that needs to come to the light here so that you can have a look at it, because you need to break free from this. You're on the cusp of completely achieving whatever this is for you when we see that King of Pentacles. And it's almost like you're not seeing your role in what's holding this back. And I love you, Capricorn, but you need to see what your role is in what's holding this back. Because, you know, again, the outer world is a reflection of our inner world. So if something is not moving, there must be an obstacle within that is contributing, not at the whole cause, but is contributing, right? And so there's something you're giving your power away to right now that is contributing to this feeling of something not quite moving the way that you envisioned it would move, you know? And excuse me, it almost feels like there's a pattern of behavior that needs to be changed, disrupted, identified, and changed. And then I feel like this whole thing is just going to go wild. Like there's something here. Then the good news is that if it's within your control, hey, that's good news. Because if it's outside of your control, then there's really not much you can do about it. But if it's within your control, that gives you power. That gives you choice. That gives you an opportunity to set yourself free. Hey, that's good news, right? And so we just might need to have a look at that this week. Now, let's see what the past influences on this situation have been, Capricorn. 3 of Pentacles in reverse. So in the past, you've tried to get something off the ground, and you've noticed that as you try to sort of build a situation, you may have noticed that you're having a difficult time working with others, and that working with others is difficult, that there's this lack of conscious collaboration in the past that maybe impacted your confidence. It may have impacted your sort of abilities to blend with others. And so that's a clue. That's giving us a clue here that you may need to work with others. You may be trying to do something all by yourself, and you may have a hard time sort of working well with others. Maybe trusting others is difficult for you. Maybe you need to be focused on sort of who you choose to work on and the quality of the partnership, and how you work with others, right? And how others work with you. This card also makes me feel like you have tried to do things with others before, and that all led to situations where you felt the outcome wasn't optimal, that you weren't satisfied with the outcome. And so I feel like there's a part of you that's like, no, I can do this all by myself. And that might not be how this is going to play out. That might be one of the shadows that you need to look at. Like perhaps this isn't you doing this in a silo all by yourself, and that you do need to work with others and blend energies that are good in collaboration, like to blend energies that seem to be in alignment and in harmony with one another. Let's see what the upcoming energies are here for Capricorn. Upcoming energy. Oh, the Star. I love that. The Star and the King of Swords. Holy moly, Capricorn. That's one combo here. These are both Aquarius, by the way. So that's interesting if you have placements in Aquarius. But these are both Aquarius cards. And so that's interesting. That makes me feel like in the upcoming future, you are going to be able to manifest, and you are going to shift your way of thinking and your way of communicating. Your way of communicating, your way of thinking, your perception. You're going to be more flexible with how you approach things. And that's going to bring you closer and closer to what it is you're trying to achieve, what you're trying to do here. And it's interesting. I'm so happy to see that Star card, because that makes me think, not only are you going to achieve what you have set your mind to here, but that this opportunity is actually going to help you heal something that was holding you back within you. You know what I mean? It's very interesting. It's going to give you renewed hope. You're going to be in a position where you experience miracles here. And the divine timing and renewed hope is helping you reach for everything that you set your mind to. So you've got these two wonderful kings, the King of Swords and the King of Pentacles here. And I can't help but think that we're seeing that King of Swords because this is a time for you to shift your mindset. The King of Swords to me is so good at that. Very clear thinker and communicator and leader. Really able to blend the mental space with the spiritual pursuits. There's this energy of making wise decisions, blending the intelligence with the spiritual and the emotional, so that there's such well-rounded flexibility and thought process here. Very honest, not manipulating, not trying to push, but rather seeking success through honest communication, truthful communication, using knowledge to sort of create a new way of looking at things that's clear, that's not indecisive, that's not a stalemate. It's like you have this potential here, Capricorn, to have so much material success and abundance and prosperity. You just have to be willing to shift some things within to get there. And seeing the star also tells me that you could be achieving some kind of fame, and I say fame in the way like recognition, notoriety. It's like whatever you're going to be doing is going to help you work well with others. And I think that you will be in it's almost like I see you in a spotlight somehow within a niche of people that look to you for whatever it is that you're offering here. Like if you're an artist, it's like you're going to resonate with a certain group of people that love your art. If you're a musician, there's going to be a group of people that really resonate with your sound, and they start to really follow your music. If you're, you put anything in that box, and there's going to be, I feel like people are going to have their eye on you. They're going to be like, oh wow, have you heard that new song? Have you seen that piece of art? And like bottom of the deck is the Tower in reverse. So again, Devil in reverse, Tower in reverse. There are things that have to go. And Capricorn, it's going to be different for all of us. I'm a Capricorn sun, so I'm sitting here thinking to myself, man, I wonder what things within me aren't serving me right now. What behaviors, what thoughts, what beliefs, what actions, what am I doing that's not serving my ultimate goal? And I'm going to reflect on that tonight, because that's very intriguing food for thought. That's working with the energy of your reading, right? Instead of sort of ignoring it, to sort of work with it. I think that's the beauty of tarot, is that it tells us guidance from our own energy so that we can work with the energy and see how we can optimize, right? Optimize. Now, let's see how you see yourself right now, Capricorn. Oh, interesting. Capricorn. It's interesting. Okay, there's a few interpretations seeing these two cards in this position. The first one that comes to mind immediately is that you're still healing from something. There's a wound here that you're still trying to heal. And somehow this wound is related to you working with others, and also to this goal, this dream that you have that's on the table that you really want to work towards, but you're getting in your own way a little bit, right? And it's interesting. I feel like for some of you, this is a wound from the past. It could be a relationship with someone that you did try to really work with in maybe it was a collaboration, or maybe it was more than that. Maybe it was an intimate relationship that led to an ending that was very difficult to process, and that you're still working through it. For some of you, that might be what you need to let go of. You might need to let go of this and move past it and just say, this happened to teach me something, and I need to accept it and move past it and not be stuck in the grief or sadness of this past situation that led to a separation that, it's like you have to reopen your heart, Capricorn, to others. You may have completely shut down when it comes to relationships, and you may have thought to yourself, well, just because I'm not looking for a partner right now doesn't mean anything but that I don't want to, I'm not looking for an intimate relationship. And you may have thought that by closing the door on that, that's all you were closing the door on. But it almost feels to me like by closing the door there, you closed the door on relationships, full stop. Like you may have inadvertently put yourself in a situation where you got so stuck on this not working out that you were like, well, that's it for that. I'm just going to focus on my career, or I'm going to focus on whatever this dream is, and I'm just going to ignore relationships completely. And that could be one of the things you need to look at here. You might need to address that when we see that here. Is your heart open? Because if it's not open, then it's closed. And if it's closed, that means it's closed to more than just one thing. It's closed. Like if emotionally you have shut that down, this might be a chance at you sort of taking a loss from the past and trying to understand it in a way where you can move past it without being stuck there. You might not have completely moved past this. Sometimes this combination of cards tells me that you need to forgive yourself for something, that you have to see eye to eye with something here when it comes to a past loss, and that there's something about relationships here that's really highlighting. The other interpretation of this is that you're having a hard time seeing eye to eye with yourself in a way that's in the now. That you look at yourself as someone who always is at a loss, who always gets their heart broken, who never gets what they want. And it's like you may have to shift your belief about yourself. You may have to forgive yourself, shift your belief about yourself. You may have to really do some like mirror work where you look at yourself eye to eye and you have a really honest conversation about who you are. And I think that's why we're seeing these two kings as well. It's like they're trying to guide you to see the true you, and to not see yourself as always at a loss or always heartbroken. This is screaming to me, I never get what I want. When I see this, this is screaming, I never get what I want. Nothing works out for me. Is that a dialogue that you're holding? Because if it is, that might be why you're stuck, or why things feel stuck. Now let's see how you appear to others. How do you appear to the others? The Fool in reverse. Capricorn. So when other people see you, they see so much potential, and then they're like, yeah, but are they going to take a leap of faith? Are they fearful of taking that leap into a new path? All talk, no action. Right? This is intriguing, Capricorn. I hope this isn't creating a defensive feeling for you, but it really feels to me like this is getting down to the heart of the matter here, that there is a belief within you that is, I think other people can see it, that they see that you don't see your full potential. It's clear to people around you that you're able to do so much more than you think you're able to do. And that there's so much potential for you to have this thing that you keep focusing on. But it's like, do you believe it? It's like, it's interesting. It's like you're ready for this adventure, but you're not appearing ready. It's like you're not appearing like you're going to take the risk. It's interesting. This is a single step towards an epic journey. And it's like when people look at you, they see that. They see that you're hesitating, that you're at a stalemate, that you need to take that step into this fully, to not be all talk, no action, to fully take this forward. And I think there's some healing that needs to be done here when I see those cards, that you need to sort of, you're being guided anyway, to have a look at this. Inner reflection is really being highlighted, to have a look at this. Let's see what your hopes and fears are. Okay, that danced around. Ace of Swords. So this is interesting. There is a truth within you that you may be afraid to say out loud. So you're keeping it to yourself. You're keeping your truth to yourself. It may be because when you have spoken your truth in the past, you were at a loss. You got your heart broken, or you were cast out. You were separated from things that you loved when you spoke your truth before. And when I say before, again, take it as it resonates. It might have been before in this lifetime or before in other lifetimes. So like, for example, you might have sort of that witch wound where when you spoke about our connection to nature, or when you spoke about spirituality, and when you spoke about your beliefs, you were persecuted for that. And so you carry that with you into this lifetime. And that might be why you're keeping your thoughts to yourself, why you don't trust working with others, while it's important that you do work with others and communicate with others, that you feel a sense of distrust. And you might be a little bit like you've got this shadow that you carry with you that says, when I speak my truth, I'm persecuted. So don't speak your truth, right? Because essentially your ego just wants to keep you safe. And so if you've experienced, loss and persecution for being honest about what you feel is the truth, then yeah, you might be reluctant to take that journey, because you're like, man, I know how that journey ends. I remember. On some soul level, you might remember that persecution, or it happened in this lifetime. Let's see what the potential outcome is. Chariot. Now, the Chariot is landing sideways. I'm going to keep him sideways because I think it could go either way, right? You could be stuck or you could move. Like we said, you could take off or you could stay stuck. Capricorn, this reading has been very intriguing. Bottom of the deck is the Hierophant in reverse, which says, trust the inner guru. You hold the keys. You hold the keys within you, and you just need to trust that and tap into it, because you hold all of the answers that you're seeking right now. They're all within you. Everything is reflecting outwardly what is within you already. This has been such an interesting reading. And now let's close this reading with an oracle card to see what message you'll receive about this. Highest guidance for Capricorn at this time. Highest guidance for Capricorn at this time. Okay. Oh, interesting. No place like home and the fates. You got two. So no place like home is an energy of being authentic. Plain and simple. It's be yourself. Be your real self. Be authentic. Don't hide who you are. Don't hide your truth. Shine bright. Be the lighthouse that you are. Because I feel like that's why you're here. Feel at home. Be authentic. Find comfortability in your own skin. Don't deny who you are, Capricorn. Don't deny what you are here to do and who you are. And seeing the fates in reverse like that is interesting as well, because when I see that card in reverse, it often makes me think that sometimes it can be very difficult to understand why these painful things happen, and that ultimately everything is a mystery. And in our own circumstances, we get to choose how we respond to the challenges, right? Because life has its ups and downs. And we have the potential to learn from all of our experiences, even the painful ones that lead to separation, heartbreak, loss, you name it, right? Lack of trust in others. And so it's an interesting time for you to be aware of your perception of whether or not you feel powerlessness or powerfulness, right? And to change a situation by sort of surrendering to it and accepting it and staying in your authenticity, right? When you align with that authenticity, you align yourself to, I think, what is sort of, it's almost this message of serenity, right? When you surrender to aligning with your true self, and you surrender this idea that you're going to hold in the truth and you're not going to take chances or risks, and you're going to continue to play it small because you don't want to get hurt, you don't want to be persecuted, you don't want to have conflict, loss, and it's interesting. It's almost like you get to choose how you respond to this. You can either be all talk, no action, and keep yourself safe. And I don't say that facetiously. That is literally an option here. I see it in the cards for you. Or you can take a chance in this lifetime again to really express yourself and be who you really are, and pursue things with your full strength without doubting yourself, to shift your perspective on things enough to see that all of this potential exists right within you. And like I said, it's a blessing that this is within your control, because all you have to do is surrender to yourself and accept yourself as you are, authentically you. Oh my goodness, Capricorn. Okay, I thought Sagittarius's reading was the longest. No, yours is the longest. I'm going to leave it at that because I've been talking for half an hour, but I hope this reading has been helpful and resonated for you, and I look forward to reading for you again. As always, Capricorn, sending you so much love, my friends. Take care.